It's Nathalie, and boy, you talk about clutter and creativity. Oh my gosh, I have like this stuff is all sort of kind of organized in little tubs in my studio with paper and ephemera and all kinds of stuff. So what I'm going to show you today, and I'm not going to show you the entire whole process, but just some highlights. This was probably a year or so ago that I put together these pages, these signatures, out of a scrapbook, and it was cardstock scrapbook paper, and it's beautiful and kind of grungy. And so I've already stitched in some pockets and some tuck places and some belly bands. There's one there, and so I made a cover, so like there's a little tuck spot there. These paper clips are just holding the signatures together for right now. Anyway, so I made a cover and found some fabric that, that sort of kind of, I wasn't going to go buy. I'm trying to get rid of some of the stuff that I have. So it's got some of this green and pink, and see, there's some of this green in here. So I thought, well, that'll work. And so since it's a junk journal, that'll work. Took this piece of old doily and cut the corner of it off. In fact, I may have even bought it just the corner. This was a little applique that I thought was really sweet that came in a little pack of like 6 of these little appliques. Stitched this on, glued this down, and on the inside of this I have this wonderful piece of eyelet. And look at here, I'm going to have to redo this because I stitched that down. Or maybe I'll just make that a little pocket like that. Okay, anyway, this one is open. I stitched this piece on after I had put this all together. So I just did, you can see it's just kind of random stitches back here. It's not any quilting pattern or anything like that. And I turned that over and brought the raggedy edge to the front and zigzagged that down. And I just tore a strip of the same muslin, and then a little piece of pink that I thought kind of, it doesn't go with this pink, but it goes with this sort of, anyway, it's cleaning up the stash of stuff. So I have some other pieces that I'm going to, and I'll have to see if I want to go back and undo that and stitch that down by hand. This is just glued on because I didn't want to mess up any of that really pretty hand stitching that's on there. This is a vintage piece. So I have some ivory. This is just regular copy paper and some pink copy paper. And so what I'm going to do is I will just tuck these in the signatures, find some places where they need to go, like one ivory one and one pink one. And there's just 2 signatures with this. But it's going to be like something like 40 pages. Okay, so I'll just tuck those in for right this second. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to leave those plain, so they'll just be a little journaling spots. Then I have this wonderful ephemera we got when I was in Ohio with a friend of mine. Actually 20 friends of mine. We made a trip up to Ohio, and we went to Hartville, to the marketplace there. And my friend Jackie bought this wonderful notebook that was just filled with these gorgeous old cards. And so I have photographed some of them, scanned some. Most of these are photographed. And so I'm going to cut a couple of these out to put into the book. Anyway, I'm going to put these on my blog, so they'll be there for download if you want to get some of those. But I'll just use these on some tags. I've got some ledger paper, journal paper that I've cut up. And I've made these tags. I have a little punch that makes this really cute little top. I've got some paper bags. I haven't decided about these little coffee papers, whether I'll stick those in there. The colors might be a little too bright, but I'll see. And then some color sheets, little note things. I think I can cut these in half and stitch them together across the top, and then they'll make a little journaling spot. I've got some old-fashioned school paper. This is a handwriting penmanship paper. We don't know what that is anymore. And this came out of just a little kind of a memorandum book. Old papers, some tags that I had already cut. I'll see whether I'm going to use those or not. Some stamps for lines to journal on. to create a space. I've got some Jesus kind of stamps. Choose joy, he will be our peace. Give thanks to the Lord. I'll put those on some of the little paper clip things. I've got some pastel paper clips that I think will be about the right color. And I have some reinforcements and some pink ink. Someplace around here there's a thing of pink ink that I've already set out. I'm going to make some altered paper clips. There's a library ephemera, library card ephemera. I love this because it goes from 1934, January 1934 to November 28th, 1962. And it was on Pinterest or on one of the sites that I follow. Anyway, I just printed on regular paper. I think it's pretty sweet. Then I've got these little papers that are just 6 by 6, and I'll cut some of these up to make some tags or inserts. I've got a couple of little stickers. Cherish today, dream tomorrow, and live today. To the world, you may be the one person, but to one person, you may be the world. That kind of reminds me of when my husband was really sick. The whole world was really pretty hostile, and I was kind of his world, and that was kind of rocked my world to think that I might be his world. Anyway, this is a Tim Holtz, just words. You can see I've already used some of them, and so I might use those. All right.